Pacific Rim Uprising. When I first saw the trailer, I was excited but confused because I didn't see Charlie Hunnam's character. The movie does bring back most of the cast though. Rinko, Charlie Day, Byrne all rejoin for this next movie. So how does this one compare to the first Pacific Rim? Let's talk about acting. John Boyega plays Jake Pentecost, who's the son of Idris Elba's character from the first movie. He's living in the slums, working on selling parts from Jaegers. He's an ex-ranger. He's cocky and has his swagger to him, and I really did like his character. He brought a lot of personality to his character, and I just thought he was all around cool. I really liked how John played Jake. I was really curious if he was going to play him like Finn, but he didn't. Like how John brings a whole new character to Jake. I was just really curious to see, his acting range, and it definitely shows how good of an actor he is. From Attack on the Block to Star Wars to this movie, he definitely doesn't keep himself in that bubble like some other actors do who play in movies and they're kind of the same actors from movie to movie. I could list plenty of actors who do that, but you should know who I'm talking about. Rinko makes a return in this movie, and I think she did a good job. She's not in it for very long, but she was awesome seeing her on camera again. Newcomer, I don't know if we're saying her name right, but Kaylee Spaney plays Amara. She's a little spunky mechanic who makes her own little Jaeger. She gets involved with Jake's character. They kind of bump into each other, and later they get caught by the cops, and the story pretty much begins from there. I liked her character a lot and how she progressed through the movie. Scott Eastwood's character was pretty good. He's the basic character who has the difference with the main character. He doesn't bring too much to the film. He was pretty good, and Lambert gets the job done. There's a Russian girl who's a recruit in this, and she looks exactly like Gwen, who plays Captain Phasma from Star Wars. Like, she's tall, she has the same haircut as Gwen, and it's just such a similarity. And it was really funny just because, how John's in this movie, Star Wars. I don't know if they did it on purpose, but she does look a lot like her, and I just thought that was funny. Jing plays a good job as Li Wen. She is the scientist chick. Pretty cool. There's a lot of mystery behind her. You don't really know what her character is at first. But she does play a good role in this. She is pretty awesome in this movie, and she is very pretty. Charlie Day is in this movie as well, and he does his good job. He plays Charlie Day, just like always, from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Plays pretty much the same character. But he does bring a little bit difference in this movie, and you just gotta watch the movie to find that out. Let's talk about story. Jake is an ex-Marine who dropped out. His father is the savior of the world. Amara living on her own, who's savvy enough to make her own little Jaeger. Then both get caught up in some dealings, and they both run into each other, get caught by the cop. Both get sent to ranger training, even though Jake is now a ranger, and he's teaching Amara, who is now a recruit. There's a scientist who's trying to develop an AI Jaegers, so pilots don't have to be in them anymore. And then also a new threat appears. The story was fun and easy to follow, except one thing. Where is Rayleigh Beckett? The disappearance of his character made no sense, and they didn't even touch base with it in this movie. They discussed everybody else who was in the first movie who is now dead, but they don't even talk about what happened to his character at all. Now, I had to look up why Charlie Hunnam's character wasn't in the movie. Apparently, it was scheduling issues with his other movie. That's why he couldn't be in this project, and they're saving him for a possible third movie. Apparently, that's why they didn't kill him off by just saying he's dead. That being said, it was really lame that we didn't get to see him in this. I thought he would have brought a really awesome element in, either from the very get-go or halfway through the movie, him coming in and being a total badass like he was in the first. But it was just a bummer not seeing Charlie in this. The look of the movie was really nice. The CGI, as always, was really awesome. All the big robots and the big kaiju, they were awesome. The big fights were amazing. You really only go to Pacific Rim for one reason, and that's big robots versus big monsters or kaijus. Now, don't get me wrong, the story was good, the acting was good, just like the first movie, but let's be real, that's why I watched the first movie, that's why I watched the second movie. Don't get me wrong, I do care about story and I do care about acting, but I want to see some robots punching some kaiju in the face. Also, we're going to have a lot of people complaining about the amount of destruction this movie has. Jaegers are literally purposely toppling buildings on top of kaiju. They're destroying cars. They're pretty much demolishing this whole city. They're not even trying to get the kaiju away from the city. For example, like Dragon Ball Z, the Z fighters always try to get the fighters away from the city so there's not destruction. The whole Superman thing, people complained crazy about, Superman's killing so many people and the buildings and so much destruction. This movie is like tenfold that movie. Like, they don't even care about the amount of buildings that are getting destroyed. I personally don't care because I thought it was really cool and the fight scenes were really awesome, slamming each other into buildings and stuff. It's a big fight scene with robots and kaiju. What do you want? Are you really watching this movie and caring about the tiny little people who are not even in the movie? Let's be real. We all care about robots versus kaiju. That's what we want to see. Also, one thing I really did like, just like the last movie, all the Jaegers had their own personality. They had their own movesets. They had their own looks. They're all really cool. They're all piloted by, the recruits and some of the Rangers. And the fight scenes were really awesome. I like seeing their different moves and, the kaijus. It was just really cool, and the fight scenes did not disappoint. Also, there's a really fun nod to Gundam. I'm pretty sure the director likes Gundam. Regardless, if we do get a live-action Gundam movie, I will be super excited because Gundam is probably one of my favorite animes. There was some twists in this movie that I didn't see coming. There was also a lot of foreshadowing to events that would later happen in the movie, if you caught them or not. But regardless, it was a really fun movie. Really fun battle scenes, and all around I was entertained by this movie. So let's get to the rating. The story I give a 7.5, the acting I give an 8, and the entertainment I give an 8.5. Giving this movie an 8 out of 10. If you guys like my review, hit that thumbs up. And if you guys want to see more reviews, hit that subscribe button. And thanks for watching.